I'm going to call the Washington County Solid Waste Management District meeting to order. And this is a notice of a public hearing. And we're going to have a pledge and prayer. And then we're going to turn it over to our attorney, Tom Cyphers. Let's all stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Bow our heads, please. Most gracious Heavenly Father, we do thank you for this day and for Jesus who died on the cross. And Father, be with us as we go into this solid waste and this public hearing. Just open our minds, what's best for the public, Lord, and just give us.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, President Schell. My name is Tom Cyphers, and I'm the attorney for the Washington County Solid Waste Management District. And he's right, this morning we're here not just for a regular public meeting, but for a public hearing as well. The public hearing was advertised to begin at 9 o'clock a.m. here in the courthouse meeting room on the third floor. It was published in the Crothersville Times, which is a newspaper of general circulation, as that term is defined in the Indiana statutes under Title V. But we also went ahead and published it in the Washington County Herald because we believe that's calculated to give more notice than the Crothersville Times to the Washington County residents. And then, of course, we also posted it on the public bulletin board outside this meeting room and on the public bulletin board outside the meeting, downstairs for public postings. A public hearing differs from a public meeting in that while a public meeting, the public is allowed to attend and observe, the public doesn't always necessarily have the opportunity to speak. A public hearing is distinguished by Indiana law in a way that allows the public to speak because it is a matter of public significance that the law requires us to get public input on. So the public hearing is when we will hear about what the issue is that the board has to make a decision on. We will accept input from the general public and people wishing to speak. If you're here to speak on this issue, we will ask you when you come up to the microphone that you speak into the microphone, that you state your name and address, and then the board is to hear from the public and get their input. At the end of all the public input and hearing about the issue before the board, the public hearing will close. No action is taken in a public hearing, it's just to hear from the public. At that time, then the regular meeting of the Washington County Solid Waste Management District will be opened and discussion will ensue among the board on what was heard during the public hearing, the issue, the resolution before the board, and then after hopefully good discussion, then a decision will be made. There will be a vote to move forward with or not move forward with the resolution before us. So the resolution before us today is we titled it, A Resolution Increasing Tipping Rates for the Washington County Landfill effective December 1st, 2025 and after. On our notice of meeting, which is posted pursuant to the Indiana Open Door Law, we've titled it public hearing regarding landfill tipping fees and tire collection fees because tire collection fees are set forth separately. I want to go through the resolution for the benefit of the board and the public, and if you'll bear with me, and then I'll ask our manager, Tammy, to provide a little bit of input. The resolution says the Washington County Solid Waste Management District does now operate among other responsibilities, the Washington County landfill located just northwest of Salem in Washington County, and that for the proper operation of the landfill, the district needs to create and establish proper tipping rate structure for such facility for the generation of offsetting revenues and allocation of costs of operation across the users of the landfill. Pursuant to Indiana Code 1321-312, subsection 17, the solid waste districts throughout Indiana have the power to adopt resolutions and have the force of law. Pursuant to Indiana Code 1321-13-1, subparagraph A, a board may impose fees on the disposal of solid waste in a final disposal facility located within the district, which fees are subject to a public hearing under said statute. And whereas the district concludes that there should be maintained a comprehensive list of fees and fines to be updated and reissued each time there is a change in any one or more item on the list. And there exists a need to increase certain disposal fees to account for the ever-increasing costs of managing the landfill and better allocate those costs to the users of the services at the landfill. And then now therefore be it resolved the following. The date of the resolution will be December 1st, 2025. That's when these would go into effect. The fees to be considered this morning, all commercial haulers and residential demolition material haulers will pay $25.60 per ton. There will be exempt from all charges anything coming in a 3/4 ton truck or less hauling individual residential, non-demolition, non-commercial trash from within Washington County to the landfill. There will be a flat monthly charge to the city of Salem for the use of the landfill of $7,500. On all loads in which a charge is appropriate, there will be a minimum charge of $20 even. Tire disposal will be at the following rates, and this is broken down into 3 subcategories. We have passenger tires, which will be at $8 per passenger tire with no waiver whether they're on or off the rim. The second category is for non-passenger large tires, and that will be $15 per tire over 18 inches and other tires from vehicles not considered passenger vehicles with no waiver, whether on or off rim, and then tractor and agricultural tires. There will be $50 even per tractor or other agricultural vehicle tire with no waiver. Finally, unless specifically authorized by written agreement between the user and the district, all trash, garbage, refuse, and other materials which come from or generate or originate in any county, state, or country other than Washington County, Indiana shall be prohibited in the Washington County landfill. Loads found to contain out-of-county waste will be subject to a fine of $100 per ton. Those are the rates that are being proposed this morning. This is a public hearing. Is there anyone from the public who would like to speak on the proposed rates? Okay. Is there any discussion among or questions from the board members? All right. There being no public comment and no discussion among the board members during the public hearing, I would seek a motion to close the public hearing and a vote on that.
Motion to close public hearing.
Okay, I'll say Phil Marshall made the motion and Mayor Green seconded. All in favor of closing the public hearing, please indicate by saying aye and raising your right hand.
Aye.
And that appears to be a unanimous vote. We do have, I also want the record to reflect we do have a quorum, and we have only one member absent this morning, and that's Commissioner Ewan, correct? Okay. All right, with that, the public hearing is closed, and I will turn it over to your manager, Tammy Elliott, for discussion of this proposed resolution, the need for it, and what the rates were, and how that compares to what they've gone up to.
Does he need to open the
Yeah.
regular meeting?
Okay, I will now open our regular meeting of the landfill. We will start with, we got this, you want to go to claims first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, has everybody had a chance to look at the claims?
Make a motion to accept them.
Okay, we have a motion by Philip to accept them. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, right hand. Opposed likewise? Unanimous. Okay, has everybody had an opportunity to look over the minutes? I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes as given.
I'll make that motion.
Tony?
Second.
Second, Philip. All in favor, right hand. Unanimous. Okay. Then we can, Tammy, I guess I can turn it over to you for resolution.
Okay. So, in July, we had discussed the rates for the surrounding districts and the surrounding landfills, and with those districts in a closer, to be closer in comparison with them. And the tires became the first issues, which sparked me to do some investigation on the tire collection, because we were getting bombarded with the tires at the landfill, and it became a monthly expense higher than normal. So that investigation, or it sparked we started looking at the tipping fees of the surrounding landfills, and Clark Floyd, their minimum fee was $50 a ton, regardless of what was brought, household or demolition. Trailers were $80 a ton, shingles $150 a ton. Their tires were $10 a tire, $15 for truck tires and $50 for ag tires. Medora's $30 a ton, regardless of the material brought. Then if it was over 1,500 pounds, it was $42 a ton, and they do not accept tires. Daviess County, they charge $25.60 per ton for all material, regardless of what's brought. And then they charge an extra $10 for a scale fee. The passenger tires is $8 on the rim, $15 semi, and $55 for a tractor tire. Bartholomew County is $37 a ton. Light passenger truck tire, $14 off the rim, $26 on the rim, and ag tire, $50 each. So in comparison with those, we're still under what they are charging. I have recently found out that the state fee, which is now $60 or 60 cents a ton, that's going to be increasing significantly. So if we raise ours to $25.60, the solid waste district we don't keep that. That's not ours to operate with. And I've heard that the state fee is going to go up to like $2.60. I don't know that for sure, so we don't keep the $25.60 per ton. So the state gets their cut of that. So if anyone has any other questions,
Just to recap, Medora doesn't take tires,
they don't take any, yeah.
and the comparable rates you found, we're still back of our our neighboring landfills.
Yeah.
Looked like we're with recent of others.
We reviewed this a couple of years ago, maybe more than that, about a tar shredder. With the cost of tars and the demand, and everybody's having this problem, would it not be advisable to restudy that?
I have done that.
Okay,
Yes, I've done that.
on top of it, so what's the cost of one?
It's about $900,000. And then you have to have a separate machine that takes the belts out of them, the steel out of them before you put them in the shredder. So that's an additional like $300,000. Then you have to have 3 men to operate, 3 extra people to operate that.
What do they do
So
with it after they shred it?
then you have to find a place that will take that. So you're still paying to have that hauled off. So that is not cost effective at all. I think we would be more in the hole than we are now. Then our liability insurance would increase drastically with those 2 machines on our site. I've looked into that also.
Not allowed to burn them, right?
They'll put that in a minute.
Does sound like it's cost efficiently, so.
No, yeah, I've looked into that.
Effective, or whatever you word you would say. But anyhow, does everybody understand what we are asking here as a board?
With December 1 effective date, and then revenue receiving January.
Correct.
Okay. So, you want to make?
What's the city's budget here?
Randy and I were just chatting, knowing that this discussion was forthright and coming down the pike. Sally Hadabo plugged in the 7,500. Randy and his fellow board members have voted first round approval, I believe. Can't speak for Randy or the other 4. I think they'll go ahead and vote second round approval. So it is in the city budget for the $7,500.
But when is the budget year? January?
Yes.
Okay.
So
So that,
we're good.
that works
January
out.
1.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I will just conclude by saying that what I read was the resolution verbatim. I left out the words whereas, but other than that, the resolution that we would be asking you to sign is as I read it. And that is here for you guys to do. And it would just be up to someone now to make a motion and second and take a vote.
Okay, I have a motion to. Second?
Second.
All in favor? Right hand?
It's unanimous.
Okay, unanimous.
You want to pass that?
Okay, I never asked for public comments, but don't look like there's nobody out there, but I left that out, so. Anyhow, Tammy, you got anything else?
Yeah, I do. I
Okay,
got
go
a
ahead.
couple things.
Go ahead.
I would like to request from the board a transfer.
Tom.
Thank you so much.
Left my backpack.
Transfer $21,000 from personnel to repairs.
Thank you, sir.
Just need a motion for that.
Can I have a motion on that? Transfer?
Motion to approve.
Made by,
Was that
Mayor
Justin?
Green.
Okay.
second? Just say, all approved, say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Okay. Okay, next thing, I just wanted to report, our construction is very slow going, but it's getting there. So we had our inspection from Mike Sonnefeld on the construction, and there's no violations, everything's going fine, it's just slow. So I wanted to report that, and then we had our third quarter inspection overall for the landfill. It was our routine random inspection, and there were no violations, so I wanted to report that. So other than that,
Well,
that's all I have.
sounds like, you're doing a good job.
Thank you. But
Appreciate
it's the employees, they're doing
Yeah,
good.
well,
Yep.
yeah, it takes a team.
Mhm.
Yeah, it sure does. Is that all you have?
That's all I have.
Okay. So Tom, do you have anything? Bill?
No, thank you.
Mayor Green?
Good. Great, thank you.
No one else has anything, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Second.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Meeting's adjourned. You want me to sign this one or?
We have a guy on our board, 20 sharp as a tack.
Do what?
We have a man